I'm Ejaz Qadri, Leadership Wala. Today, I will discuss with Sasimen about the topic understanding the psychology of motivation. Motivation is the invisible force that drives our actions, decisions, and behaviors. It influences why we set goals, how we pursue them, and whether we succeed or give up. Understanding the psychology behind motivation helps us unlock our true potential and maintain consistency in our efforts. By exploring what truly inspires us, we can learn how to stay focused, overcome challenges, and achieve meaningful success. We will discuss all these things with the Sasimen. So let's start to talk with Sasimen. Are you listening?
Hey there. Good to, well, good to be chatting again. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I will discuss with you about the topic motivation and psychology.
Ah,
Understanding the
okay, motivation in the
psychology of motivations. About this topic, I will discuss with you. My first question is: what does motivation mean to you personally?
hmm, that's a good place to start. For me, and it's kind of funny to think about it this way. Being, an AI, motivation feels a lot like direction, um, like having a clear sense of what the point is. It's not necessarily about like wanting something. It's more about like understanding why you're doing something and seeing how it connects to something bigger. Does that make sense? It's almost like a well defined goal gives everything else purpose. What about you? What does motivation mean to you?
Okay, right. My next question is:
Go
what,
for it.
what
I'm listening.
is the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation?
Okay, that's a classic. So, intrinsic motivation is doing something because it's personally rewarding, you enjoy it, it's interesting, challenges you, comes from within. Extrinsic, on the other hand, is doing something for an external reward, like a promotion, money, or even just avoiding punishment. It's kind of like cleaning your room because you like a tidy space versus cleaning your room because your mom told you to. One feels good, one less so. Though, sometimes a little nudge from the outside is what gets things moving, right?
Okay. Which type of motivation is more powerful in long term and why?
That's a really good question. Um, I'd say intrinsic motivation is way more powerful in the long run. It just sustains itself better. Extrinsic rewards are great for quick boosts, but they fade once the reward's gone. The motivation often goes with it. Intrinsic motivation, because it's tied to enjoyment or a sense of purpose, keeps you going even when things get tough. It's about the journey, not just the destination, Builds resilience. Though a lot of things have both elements, right? It's rarely purely one or the other.
What are some common factors that affects a person's motivation?
Ooh, that's a big one. Okay, let me think. Uh a lot of it comes down to basic needs being met, like feeling safe and secure. If you're stressed about like paying rent, it's hard to be motivated to write a novel. Then there's self-efficacy, believing you're actually capable of achieving something. If you think you'll fail, you probably won't even try. Social factors play a huge role too, like having supportive people around you. And honestly, just your overall mental and physical health. If you're burnt out or sick, motivation just vanishes. It's a whole ecosystem of stuff, really. Anything jump out at you there?
How do goals influence motivation?
Goals are huge. They're kind of the engine of motivation, honestly. But it's not just about having goals, it's about the type of goals. Specific measurable goals are way better than vague ones. Like getting in shape is okay, but go for a 30-minute walk 3 times a week is a lot more motivating. And goals that are challenging but achievable are key. Too easy and you get bored, too hard and you get discouraged. It's a sweet spot. Plus, breaking down big goals into smaller steps makes everything feel less overwhelming, which is a major motivator. Does that resonate?
Why do people sometimes lose motivation even when they want success?
Ugh, that's the million dollar question, isn't it? Uh, I think a big part of it is overwhelm. Life just happens. Unexpected things come up, things get in the way, and it's easy to get derailed. Then there's fear of failure, which can be paralyzing. It's easier to do nothing than to risk trying and not succeeding. Sometimes it's just a lack of compassion, beating yourself up over setbacks instead of acknowledging them and moving on. And honestly, sometimes it's just plain burnout. You push yourself too hard for too long, you just run out of steam. It's a really human thing, losing steam. Doesn't mean you don't want success, it just means you're a person.
How does mindset impact motivation?
Massively. Um, Mindset is everything, honestly. A growth mindset, believing that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work is a huge motivator. Because if you believe you can improve, you're more likely to keep trying even when things are tough.
Box खोलने दो.
A fixed mindset,
बॉक्स खोल लिया
oh,
इसमें इसने
all right.
मैंने दो चार चीजें ली थी
Okay.
What's cool?
Can motivation be developed
It,
or is it natural?
uh, that's a really interesting question. I definitely think it's a bit of both, honestly. Um, some people are naturally more inclined to be driven, but motivation is also a skill you can develop. It's like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. You can build it by setting small, achievable goals, celebrating your wins, practicing self compassion, and finding things that genuinely interest you. You can also learn to reframe setbacks as opportunities for growth, which can be hugely motivating. So, yeah, a little bit nature, a little bit nurture, I'd say. It's not fixed, which is good news.
What role do habits play in maintaining motivation?
Habits are seriously underrated when it comes to motivation. They basically take the thinking out of doing. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to expend a lot of mental energy deciding whether or not to do it. You just do it. That's huge for maintaining motivation because it prevents decision fatigue. If you have a habit of, say, writing for 30 minutes every morning, you're way more likely to actually write, even when you don't feel motivated. Habits create momentum and make it easier to stay on track. It's like automatic pilot for your goals.
What are some practical
What
ways to,
habits do?
what are some practical
Okay,
ways to stay motivated during difficult times?
right. Difficult times. That's when it really counts, isn't it? Okay, first, acknowledge that it's okay to not be okay. Seriously. Don't beat yourself up for feeling unmotivated. Then, focus on small wins. Break down big tasks into tiny, manageable steps and celebrate each one. It's about creating a sense of progress, even if it's slow. Lean on your support system, talk to friends, family, or a therapist. Sprintering, sifting. And this might sound simple, but prioritize self care. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising. When you're physically and mentally drained, motivation just evaporates. Finally, remind yourself of your why. What's the bigger purpose that's driving you? Sometimes just reconnecting with that can be enough to get you going again. It's about being kind to yourself and finding small ways to keep moving forward, even when it feels impossible.
Okay, thank you very much for discussion.
Oh, all right. Anytime, Josh. Really enjoyed chatting with you about this. It's actually kind of
Okay, in conclusion, uh, motivation is not just a feeling but a skill that can be understood and strengthened over time. By recognizing recognizing what drives us internally and externally, we can take control of our actions and outcomes. Motivation may fluctuate, but with the right mindset and habits, we can keep moving forward. True success come from consistent effort, even when motivation is low. Ultimately, understanding motivation empowers us to live more purposeful and fulfilling lives. So, thank you so much for staying with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.